everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. Guys, we're in match 2 of the 3v3 season, and I won my first one, so that's good. My opponent this time is pretty strong. My bracket is, I don't know if it's like super strong. I don't know exactly how I classify it. Like it's decent though. It's not. This opponent is one that I would expect to find in the finals, frankly, and you guys will see why. He is an extremely efficient player, and what's more, he always attacks like in the first few hours, and he just didn't this time for whatever reason. I tend to be suspicious. I think I'm just jaded at this point because I'm a content creator, and people who know who I am tend to just like wait till I attack so that they can see what I did, and so they have a chance to game the system a little bit and beat me. And I don't mean to accuse anyone of that. I'm not even trying to be negative about it. If you want to do that, I mean, that's the price I pay for content creation. But one way or another, I had to attack first, and I did leave a few surprises for my opponent in the back zone and everything. I'll show you guys my defenses at the end, but I did change them up significantly from what I did in the previous match, including putting one of my Galactic Legends on defense, which is something I kind of told you guys I wasn't going to be doing. So one way or another, let's just jump into the matches. Going to be doing the voiceover once again. Give me feedback. Last time a few people said they didn't really like the voiceover versions as opposed to like just the live action ones from the stream. So let me know what you think. I've also had people say they like these better, so I don't know what to say. Alright guys, first I do want to throw a huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are amazing. Man, there's just so many cool things that I couldn't do without you guys. I've reinvested in the game on my account. I've reinvested in trying to get better hardware to make videos, and man, you guys, your support has meant everything to me. It has made a world of difference. Thank you guys seriously so much. Let's actually get into the match now, guys. Alright, so let's see, we need to actually rewind just a tiny bit. There we go. Okay, so here's the board, guys. My opponent did place some pretty interesting stuff that he never has before, including a Jedi Knight Luke team. And that was in the front zone, so this front zone is actually pretty tricky. Like I said, I'll show you guys my defenses in the end, but I'm without a lot of my different options. Like I only have three Galactic Legends. He has 3 as well, so it's kind of an even match in terms of that. But I did put his really fast Darth Revan squad down. His Shock T is at like 332 speed, something like that. Pretty quick. I'll show you guys what I did with that, obviously. And then a Beskar with Queel and IG. Up top, we just have, I don't know, pretty standard Galactic or Grand Arena kind of things, such as Count Dooku, General Grievous, all that stuff. I mean, you guys have seen these squads a lot. Nothing too crazy. I was just worried. I knew he'd have at least one Galactic Legend in the back. So, I decided the one Galactic Legend I didn't absolutely need was Sith Eternal, and I'd heard a rumor that you could solo any Darth Revan squad, even the full bastard version, with Sith Eternal, and that's it. And so that's what we went out to see. Like, can we do it? So you want to link Basti and Darth Revan, because Malik isn't, I don't know, he doesn't deal a ton of damage to a Galactic Legend. Like, he can do some good stuff, but nothing too crazy. And having linked on Basti and Darth Revan, it keeps them a little more in check. They can't do crits because of the link. They just aren't going to be doing as well. And you eventually, like, they're also the faster ones, so they get their turn. Eventually, of course, you get your ultimate and just fry everyone, I guess. That was that. So 55 banners and a promotion to Bronzium, apparently. Not a bad start to destroy that full bastard squad, guys. Next up we have this Jedi Knight Luke, and now guys, let's just stop for 1 second. So you see that I have Piett, and a lot of people think that, like, they've asked me why I take Piett instead of Vader lead, because, I mean, if all things are equal, like, they both cause plus 30% extra offense on the team. The issue being here that Piett doesn't let damage over time stack. The truth is, though, my Darth Vader needed this to be able to be faster than Shaak Ti. So a win condition here is that your Vader goes before any of the Jedi. If he doesn't, then you need to take a different team because it doesn't work. So what I did, I took Piett as lead to reduce their speed by 15. And after all of that, you see we won't Watt because there's the weapons tech, and that's going to help us do enough damage to Jedi Luke. But then after that, we're getting plus 24 from Piett, or 24 speed on Vader. From Vader himself, he gets 16, and then Piett gets 8. And then from the Jedi, he's actually getting 32 because he's getting 8 and 8 from Shaak Ti and Luke, and then he's getting 16 from Old Ben because he's both Rebel and Jedi. So I'll add all that to my 272 speed on Vader, and with Piett lead, I was just able to get to be faster than this 332 speed Shaak Ti. So it worked. A little bit hairy, little bit. I don't know, concerning that I hadn't done the math right, but after all that is said and done, we can go into Merciless Massacre, get the weapons tech on Vader, of course. I wanted to target Luke when I went into Merciless Massacre, just because Watt put an extra 2 damage over times on Luke. And now I was thinking, like, what do I want to do? Can I just use, I can build some stacks from the Piett lead, or from the Piett ability, and maybe get a little more offense, but decided to just go for the kill on Luke, which worked, and now we just do cleanup. So easy enough. I was seeing if there was any like way to heal my squad. That's what I was looking at here, which I couldn't. And so yeah, as long as I decided to put up the protection up from Watt to maybe get some regen on Vader on his protection, which happened, in fact. So easy enough. We gotta continue here, but yeah, this is a pretty cool win in my opinion. That's a really good squad. Get 54. It's a little expensive because it costs Watt and Vader, but that's frankly fine. So. Now all we have to take out this Beskar team, which I haven't faced it yet in 3v3. Didn't know what to do with it, frankly. So yeah, just decided to take General Skywalker at it. Someone had told me that it had worked for them, and I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta find out. Sometimes you have to overkill stuff. Like, that's why that squad is so good on defense right now, is because you have to overkill it. If you want to find out, you have to overkill it. So, yeah. Apparently, I left a little bit of footage from the end there, but okay. So, what I was concerned about was that they'd make me sit down pretty quick with all the whistling birds and everything, and I don't know. I think this squad is just not going to be the most amazing on defense. I know. I have a few friends who have actually they've gotten defends with Beskar. I think my first round opponent actually just ended up using what, like a Supreme Leader Kylo, something like that, on me. I don't know. Like, I think people are overkilling it right now, so you want to use it on defense for now, but after it's all said and done, like, I think probably it's going to be an offense squad in 3v3. Hard to know for sure, but one way or another, got 52 here. And now the question was, what Galactic Legend is in the back, if there was one? And looked at it initially like, oh, maybe not, but yes, indeed, there is this Basti lead with Watt and Jedi Master Luke, which is a huge waste. You guys saw me last season do this. Supreme Leader Kylo. I think I speed it up eventually, because this is like, it feels like you're gonna time out, but what eventually happens, like you can't really be denied your ultimate, and so as long as you can build enough stacks on Kylo, yeah, okay, so apparently I put a transition in there too to mark how we're going fast now. So you're just going to be ability blocked to hell forever, because Basti does it on her basic, Jedi Master Luke does it with his AoE, and then they're also reducing your turn meter with Watt, which, I mean, that's nice, right? Because every time your turn meter is reduced, you are, he's buffed, so he's not going to die. At this point, he's not going to die. The question is, can we get to our ultimate and do three pokes? And then after that, can we get to our ultimate again, do 3 swipes, and win? Because those 3 swipes are the things that increase our actual mastery. And so you can see we're almost to our ult. We're just taking our time, apparently. Finally get the ultimate. You want to do 3 pokes, if you can. And actually, what I ended up doing here, this is an important thing, guys. Watt is still alive, and normally I've gotten at least 1 or 2 swipes, but the way ability block has panned out here, I just didn't have them. I did have a couple extra pokes that I had gotten on the way. I wanted Watt gone because I didn't want to time out. So apparently, okay, so we're going slow again. Apparently that was good enough. So I wanted to kill Watt there, so I did a couple swipes early on, which, I don't know, that's maybe not the best choice. I should have done a swipe there. You guys saw I missed. I think I just got too trigger happy. So that was my own bad. And now, I don't know, we're just waiting for our ult. Just waiting, hanging out, chilling, because we're being forced to. But because Watt's here, we're getting it a lot faster. So get the ultimate, Basti dies, and now we can just do the swipe. We have all these stacks that we're turning into more damage. Jedi Master Luke still looks like he's not even phased, but he is in fact quite phased, and we decide to put him out to pasture with that one final swipe. So 55 banners. Feels like it's going to time out, but it's been very reliable as a counter. And that's actually one that I can say that I personally have learned, have developed on my own. Like, I figured that one out all on my lonesome. Yeah, you guys saw it last season, though. It's old news at this point. So, you guys saw me in my last match. The guy had placed his Grievous with B1 and B2. I have my Eccentric, K2, and Cassian squad. They're both Relic 5, no Zetas. And so, yeah, I wanted to see if this would work again, if this was just an anomaly. I do want to shout out Clash. He is the one who came up with this comp. I merely copied him on it, but yeah, he's a really great theory crafter, and I did not give credit in my last video. Not because I gave credit on my stream for it, but I didn't give credit to Clash on my video because I had accidentally just like cut that part out when I was editing the video. So my apologies to Clash. I'm gonna link his channel in the video description, and you guys should check him out. Really great theory craft from all things Scoundrels, and apparently some things Rebel, and other fun things that aren't First Order. He hates First Order. Anyways, I mean, this battle is pretty self-explanatory, honestly. Like, you kill B1 because you can't kill B2 with B1 healing him all the time. And then you just chip away at, you kill B2, it takes a while, but it finally works. When you can, you promote. I think one thing that happened earlier that I didn't explain, I used a bigger heal from Mon Mothma to heal the whole team because she was about dead, and I needed to make sure that she wouldn't die from an AoE. That is apparently a real threat, so don't want that. We don't want too many Grievous AoEs going on, and I got kind of poor timing here. Like, it takes a while to get rid of Grievous, and there's not really a way to like stall out because everyone just assists regardless of what you do. So he does an AoE, and he's close to dead. I'm like, man, can I heal in time? And I mean, the timing is just off a little bit. He does a whack on K2, and that's it. So 51, not the most efficient, but we did get through with a pretty eccentric squad that, I don't know, it's like super cheap, right? I mean, you just send them in and wish them good luck. It's fun. So I decided to throw this one in because my buddy Solo Base always wants to use Wedge lead instead of Kira to kill this Fin Poe team. And that's fine, it's good. I've been using Kira. I just wanted another data point, frankly, for my spreadsheet. I knew that this worked. I've just been enjoying using my my Kira lead, so that's all this is. This team works just fine. Han and Chewie work fine with a ton of different leads, and you don't need Commander Luke for it. So, get 53 here, and now comes the question. Like, it starts being tough. Man, I started this one off really fast because it goes almost all the way to the end. Man, so here's the premise of this one, guys. We have Nest, she builds her crit damage. You guys know this, most of you at least. She builds her crit damage every time there's a stack that goes away. Or is it just like a stack that appears? It doesn't matter. Like, every time they get a buff, she gains 2%, I believe, crit damage. So, over time, Chirrut is giving them so many buffs, so much of this healing over time stuff. So, actually, you can't see it with the thumbnail up, but I have it on auto for the first, like, I don't know, 2 minutes, something like that, just because, and I had it on auto basic, in fact. I don't know if that was wise. I should have maybe done auto, maybe I should have actually done auto with the bigger hits, just so that I could do the AoE and generate more of the buffs from Chirrut. But anyways, you can kind of see my damage is ramping up over time. I'm not killing anyone here, really. Still on auto because I want to keep building my damage. I actually, now that I think of it, I think maybe I should have just left it on auto for another minute. Frankly, like, I think that maybe would have been better, just because it takes more time to do some of these moves. And like, I did an AoE there hoping that I could just one-shot everyone, and I clearly didn't one-shot everyone. So like, that didn't actually do much. So we just gotta keep going. You can see the damage is still ramping up. I think that was 38k, 34k that I'm doing. And keep in mind, too, if I had put Kira in as lead here, I think this would have been over by now. Just because I would have had more damage and everything. But for whatever reason, I just wanted to go Nest solo. I mean, for whatever reason, I wanted banners. I knew this guy was going to be super efficient on me. He'd been super efficient in, like, most of his other matches, and he doesn't really fail that much. So, killed Baze there, and I was like, oh, please, just let me kill Chirrut. One more hit, and it's over. But then Baze got revived, and they're all at max health. We're at 28 seconds left, guys. And, okay, killed Chirrut. We've got 20 seconds, 17, and finally, kill Baze, get the 55, never in doubt, right? Jeez. Oh, man, my heart was racing. That was so crazy. So, took a while to recover. After I had kind of thought about it for a while, I decided to take my Night Sisters, or rather my bounty hunters into Night Sisters. And for a while I was thinking, like, what can I do? Like, what exactly do we need to do? Because we've got Plague on Bossk. We need to heal Bossk, and we can't get rid of that Plague unless he heals a little bit. So I decided to set them on fire, as all witches deserve. And now, they put Plague back on, of course. So now I'm just trying to think, what do I want to do? Like, what's the goal here? We need to one-shot one of these guys, but we need a protection down eventually. Old Daka doesn't really matter as long as we don't kill anyone with Bossk. So I was like, I don't know. Should we double tap Talzin here? Should I just hit with my big shot and just try to one-shot her? In the end, I decided to try one-shotting her. It did work. And now we can try one-shotting Spirit. And that's all she wrote. I mean, old Daka can be annoying a little bit from time to time. Probably should have set her on fire there. But here, so you can see there's a tiny bit of protection missing on Bossk. Decided to go for just an AoE to try to heal him up, which worked. And now I can set her on fire one more time as she departs this life into the place that witches go when they die. So, yeah, I'm starting to run out of teams, though, guys. I do have Jedi Master Luke available for offense, but otherwise I don't have anything super convincing. I felt like I think I had like 2 good squads, but there's 3 squads I had to kill left. So, decided to try something more speculative. This is a comp that apparently Team Money G from Operation Metaverse likes to use on Geos, and I don't know, I've always liked to have a good clenching time here. Like, there's no zombie here to take their aggro, so if they decide they want to just kill old Daka, then I don't really have much recourse to that. So, in this case, it's like they've already killed Spirit. Old Daka doesn't even have all the turn meter needed to be able to take a turn. And so, you know, if they decided to try, like, one-shotting Daka right there, the poor timing would have really hurt. But old Daka got both of them back, and now we can just keep whittling away. There's no... I like Spirit here just because Spirit can do a lot of extra damage, but it's too scary, man. In 3v3, my first attempt using this, someone was like, oh yeah, you should try this comp. I was like, okay, and I just jumped in without like a huge amount of thought to it, you know, of like strategizing. So, you know, I was just excited to try something new. I decided though, you know, after looking through it, I like this comp almost plays itself. Like it dictates where you can hit, what you can do. I mean, you guys can see I'm stunning a lot. I'm getting a lot of plague out, and you can see that Spy actually took a turn, gave out the debuffs, and then took another turn immediately, but died of plague, and then Brood keeled over. So 51, somewhat stressful banners, but that was pretty cool. Now that opened the doors for me to be able to take, because here's the thing, this squad I could have used, I have Geonosians available too, and I could have maybe taken Geos against this, but Dooku and Assaj can both stun, and Dooku can stun a lot, and Zombie can protect them. Like, this is actually kind of a trap team for Geos. I'm not saying that I would for sure have lost with Geos. I think this team was, I don't know, it was going to be risky. I didn't feel like I could afford to drop any banners at all here. Well, I mean, other than I couldn't afford to lose, I guess is more accurate. So, anyways, Traya was going to be able to beat any of the remaining teams, but I wanted to make sure. I needed one team to kind of like solve my issue, because I have Jedi Master Luke, that beats one team. I have Traya, that beats another, you know, including Geos, but I just wasn't sure. Like, could Night Sisters beat this? Maybe, probably, but it's hard to say. Like, maybe if I got stun locked, I could just die an ignominious death. So, okay, so here's the thing that I'm doing right now, guys. I want more banners. I'm a greedy fellow, I suppose. So I have Annihilate up. I could kill Assaj and just end it. What I decided to do, though, was hold out, maybe make it so that if Sion can take one more turn, so if he can go one more time and just eventually, like, so he's gonna get his big move pretty soon. Yeah, okay, so he gets held by hatred, boom, and then he gets another turn immediately. Now he can heal himself, his protection rather, with one big hit here, and then hopefully I can just get Annihilate off and kill Assaj. Of course, she hit Sion here, and so yeah, all bets are off at this point. I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure who I wanted to get 52 if I could, and it looked like I wasn't going to get that, but then a miracle occurred, Christmas miracle in January, and I got 52, so I don't know even who got it, but what matters is that I did. So got 52, and got to his ships, and it was kind of a tricky combination. Now, guys, this is a really fun comp, actually. Let me pause it real quick to explain. It's kind of like whack-a-mole. So I didn't want to get 51 here. There's 2 AoEs. There's a guy who stuns people. It's a very tricky comp to get max banners on, even with a Galactic Legend. So my buddy Solo Base suggested I take Ayla, who is Relic 4, so she's going to be able to hold her own. But what I didn't expect was how much control it would have. Like, so Jedi Knight Luke, or Jedi Master Luke, can ignore taunt, and so what we can do, okay, like, you know, with Basti, sure, let's stun here, and now Ayla's gonna go, We have ability block on everyone, so that's nice. Ayla's gonna go. She stuns on everything. Every move she makes, she's gonna stun potentially. And so now we're just calling people. We're calling Ayla every time, and she just stuns every time because even on her basic she stuns. And I have her modded the right way to land. Like she has enough potency, she's gonna land it. So you can see like they come out of stealth or they come out of stun, and I stun them again, and I just keep doing it. And I was like, fine. Begrudgingly, I was like, fine. I guess I'll use Master's Training on Basti here, just because it was Ayla's been getting all of the training. But one way or another, like a lot of control here. Just kind of playing whack-a-mole. It was really fun, and got the 54. So going into ships, I'd been pretty efficient. And one thing I will say, like ships can really make your day hard. Like if you're doing really well, if you're being really efficient, it just sucks to go into ships knowing that might all just be for naught. Like I think that ships have actually helped me a lot more in this game than they've hurt me. But on the other hand, it just, I don't know. Something about it is just, it's always worrisome. I guess that's maybe the word I'm looking for. Like I've done okay in ships. I don't think I've failed to clear any zone of ships yet, and I've won on ships a few times. So like it's hard to really truly badmouth it unless you're my buddy solo base. But you know how it is. So let's see. Okay, so we've got. I mean, this is pretty straightforward, guys. I wanted to kill TIE Bomber as fast as I could, and it was real lucky when I killed him, because the second I killed him, the second after, like if he had survived at all, that shuttle would have come in and healed him all the way to full, well, close to that, and it would have been on, because then the bomber would have been way harder to kill, because we'd have another Empire ship, which buffs his protection, I believe, and shuttle could then heal him again. Like it can be a huge mess. Now, that TIE fighter pilot too, it's like RNG here. If I fail to hit a couple times, like Tarkin's gonna get so much turn meter, I might just lose on that. As it stood, things kind of shook well for me. I got 62, and I will always take that in fleets. If I can just get a 60 or more, I kind of call that my line of shame. If I can get 60 or more, then I don't cross the line of shame threshold, and I'm good. If I get less than that, then I can feel some shame. So I decided to take Tarkin here against this Raddus build, and man, it's so fun. It's super fun build here. So trying to decide exactly what I want to do. Houndstooth hasn't gone yet. What I decided to do, I used the ability on TIE Fighter just because I knew I was going to get what we want to get here is hold on here. Gosh, I need to rewind for just a minute, folks. I apologize. I'm not even going to cut this out, but there we go. Okay, let's rewind for just a minute, folks. So one of the goals in this fight is we need to get target lock out, because whenever there's target lock, TIE Bomber, who is a tank, is going to taunt. And so you can see I took the turn with TIE Fighter. Instead of trying to do a basic to get target lock out, I knew Vader was going to get a turn. So, and as long as Vader is on the board, as long as he's alive, then he's going to be able to maintain that target lock, and therefore our bomber is going to be able to taunt. So you see, he got target lock on. TIE Bomber is taunting, and now we're in business. So you can see how close, though. Like they do enough damage, like a surprising amount of damage. Vader's TIE is almost dead here, but we also do a huge amount of damage, a surprising amount, in fact. Vader's TIE almost died there as well, didn't quite, so I'm lucky there Cad Bane wasn't just a tiny bit stronger. But decided to heal the TIE Advanced with Vader, and now we still have Breach, so I didn't try to dispel Houndstooth, just decided to kill it with Brute Force, which this Tarkin lineup, man, this is one of the few fleets, it's like, how much damage? You can do so much damage. I elected to shoot the pilot here, by the way. the Resistance X-Wing just because I wanted to perpetuate the target lock so that we could keep the taunt on TIE Bomber. So, you know, I'm starting to learn to use this fleet okay. Like, I'm starting to learn a few tricks here and there, and that's definitely one that you want to keep in mind, because you need that target lock to maintain the target lock, or you need target lock to maintain target lock, dear lord. You need it to maintain taunt though. So 63, I've been getting like 65s lately, so I felt a little ungrateful for that, but in the end, guys, this is a pretty efficient score. It wasn't quite as good as my score had been in my previous match, but 2667 is very, very difficult to match. I had been pretty efficient. So let's actually, guys, let's go. I'm going to show you guys what happened in terms of his attacks and my defense, and then I'll let you go. All right, guys. So you can see that I won. He couldn't actually clear. I'll show you his defense as quick as I can. I know you guys want to get out of here soon. So, up top, we just have the pretty standard. I put my own Beskar team down. I have Commander Luke. I have Darth Revan, and he was really efficient on this zone. Like, mostly, I think he got 54, 54, 55. So, averaged more than the soft max. And then he was kind of just bounced back and forth. He was pretty efficient until at the very end. So we'd killed all these teams, all the teams here, except for, I think that the fight, he'd been really efficient all the way through. He killed everything except for Padme, Finn Poe, and then my Jedi Luke team. I'll show you guys in the back. And so we killed Padme right away. And then I don't know exactly what happened, but when I had to stop paying attention for a while. And when the smoke cleared, so he did get a 47 on my Rey team, which I had put that back there just to kind of be sneaky. And then I also had Jedi Knight Revan back there, also to be sneaky, just to kind of draw out some of his better teams. Especially if he had scouted me, he was not going to be expecting either of those. So in the end, he could not kill my Jedi Luke. I tried 6 times and failed. And then he barely got through the Finn Poe team, which makes me wonder, like, he must have used Commander Luke. I don't know where he used Commander Luke. Like, he wasn't on defense anywhere. I almost wonder if he used them to kill, like, Jedi Revan, or maybe he used them to kill Beskar up here, or Commander Luke. I really don't know. One way or another, he didn't have them for Finn Poe, and that probably ran him out of teams to kill the Luke team. So then he killed my fleets in one shot, and that was it. So anyways, good, well played match by my opponent. Very skilled player. I feel very fortunate to have won. And so yeah, got the win. We're in the finals now, up against a dude from Wolfpack, so that's going to be interesting. We'll see. He has fought friends of mine and done extremely well against them. So I'm looking forward to the match. Hope you guys want to see it. It's going to be live. For those of you watching this before the match, it's going to be live on Twitch on Sunday. And let's see, I think Sunday at 9:30 Eastern Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So come check it out. Come hang out. It'd be fun. Just search Xaereth_prevails, or just find the link in the video description if you like. So one way or another, guys, this has gone a little longer than I prefer, so let's just call it here. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.